Elseworlds, the Arrow episode. You know what? This Elseworld idea, it seems to be getting better and better on each episode. It was good on Flash, really good. And now I think it was even a little bit better on Arrow. And I like Arrow, but not as much as some of the other CW superhero movies, or TV shows rather. But this one was good. They did a lot of things. They touched on so many different things. They went to Gotham, named that. They named Bruce Wayne. Wow. They hinted that maybe they knew a little something, that maybe they knew that maybe Batman and Bruce Wayne were the same guy. They talked about World's Finest, which is a comic book that started out with Batman and Superman becoming a team, and eventually morphed into Batwoman and, or was it Batgirl? Batwoman and Supergirl becoming partners. Pretty sure it was Batgirl, but they mentioned it, and that was kind of cool. The big bad, I thought it was Dr. Destiny. I wasn't really for sure. I didn't want to look it up. I just assumed it, and now they confirmed it. He's Dr. Destiny, a dude who basically through his dreams could control and warp reality, and now he can do it because he's been given the book of destiny. So that was kind of good. When they were in Arkham Asylum, there were so many things that were hints and nods towards the movies and the comic books and everything. They had a prisoner with the name Cobblepot written on the side. And that's the Penguin. That was kind of cool. When they get into an elevator and they're going upstairs in one of Wayne's buildings, there's a big R with a circle around it, and I'm like, that's Robin. Robin exists in their world somewhere. They can tie, maybe tie the Teen Titans in the DC universe to this or something. I don't know. But Robin exists in their world. They acknowledged him. The undertone villain was a guy called the Psycho Pirate. He doesn't have a big part in this episode, but I've read the books that they're basically drawing from, and I know that dude is going to eventually play a bigger part. He was a small part here. He was just kind of like a guy in the background, just in the background, but he's going to be a bigger part soon. Something that I liked was the way that Batwoman stops this truck is very reminiscent of Batman and the Dark Knight stopping a truck that had the Scarecrow in it. Scarecrow's driving, trying to get away. Batman looks over the edge. They're going down this little circular exit, and he jumps off, lands on top of the truck, squashes the truck, catches the bad guys. She does something very similar to that in here. So I'm thinking to myself, wow, they're really going for it. They're taking big chances and big nods and doing big things. This was a good episode. If you're a fan of the movies or a fan of comic books or, a fan of some of the TV shows, I think this would be good for you. This would be great for you. They had a nod to Mr. Freeze. They showed Bane's mask. Man. And it looked just like the mask from the comic books. I dug it. I really dug that. Scarecrow's fear gas, his fear toxin was there. Man, it was so good. The episode was so good. They basically what happened is they have to go to Gotham to try to get information on the guy that becomes Dr. Destiny. And when they go there, they run into Kate Kane, who is Batwoman. So they run into her, and she's all, what are you doing in my city? She's pulling her best Batman stuff on them. And it's intimidating to them, And they're leading us to believe that there's going to be a Batwoman spinoff. and I'm on board. I think that would be cool. I think that they could have an entire comic book universe here. They did a lot of really good things. They did a lot of really good things. They had a nod to the 1970s Batman with Adam West. In that episode, on those shows back in the day, when it was time to turn into Batman, he would grab this statue. It was a statue of Shakespeare. He would pull the head back. The head would go back. There'd be a button. They'd hit the secret button. These doors would open up, and there'd be poles. They could slide down these poles, and they would slide down. And then when they got to the bottom, they were in the Batcave, dressed as Batman and dressed as Robin, and they did their thing. That statue was iconic to the show, pretty much like transporters are iconic to Star Trek. So it was big. They had it in there. It was in a box. And she picks it up and says, "Oh, this is the statue." And it was funny because she looks at it and I'm like, that's the thing, man. That's the statue. And that was cool. I'm a geek. I can't help it. I recognize stuff like that. There were a ton of things in there that I recognized that I just couldn't get to everything. I'd have to do an entire video based on just the stuff that I saw, that I was pointing at the TV screaming, "Ah!" It was good, man. Now here's something I wonder about. Batman in this reality is supposed to have been missing for 3 years. Bruce Wayne too. The only time I can remember Batman being missing for a big chunk of time like that away from Gotham City was when he was becoming Batman and he was learning his craft, and when he got his back broke by Bane. So I'm thinking, and then he actually in the comic books he had another person replace him to guard the city. So maybe she's replacing him, guarding the city, and Batman is in fact still out there. Ooh, gives me shivers and chills. I'm thinking, man, that was a good idea. They're going for it. They're opening up the comic book pages and shaking it into this TV show. I dig it. I'm going to give this episode, again, 9 bags of popcorn, man. But that's what I thought. What'd you think? Did you like this episode? Have you seen it? What's your favorite superhero television TV show? Let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, if you like the video, if you like the content, subscribe. And then like.
Popcorn passport. Get your popcorn passport.